FM 97.3, that was Kiss of Life by Sade. My name is Jinka, this is the Classic Lounge. I've got some guests in the studio with me. Got Afolabi Abiodun, he's the convener of the TAMS Summit and NEYA Awards. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Good to have you. I've also got Raliat Abe, who is a winner, but I'll tell you what she's won in a minute. Let me first start with Afolabi. You are the convener of NEYA Awards and the TAMS Summit. So NEYA is for celebrating employees. What informs this award and why the focus and career prizes for ordinary working people?
It's good to be here again.
Yes, good to have you again.
We're here. We were here last year.
Yes.
You know, when we came last year, it was TAMS Ambassadors, right?
Yes.
TAMS is a time management focused HR application used by 1,200 plus organizations. And then when we had TAMS Ambassadors, it was primarily focused on customers on our platform.
Right.
Now this year we've taken it to to another level, and we're saying it's not just about customers on TAMS platform. If you want a productive Nigeria, if you want the best from our country, there's no way you can leave the most important stakeholder, take them away from the table. So our mission in terms of course is making Nigeria a productive country again. You know, so this year we said we're going to have, it doesn't matter if you're on TAMS or not, we want all organizations who by default have metrics of selecting their employees of the year. You know, coming up to your station, of course you guys add your staff of the year picture, you know, at your reception. So it happens to all organizations, you know, but we want it to be more than that. We need them to also to be celebrated. We need them to be appreciated. Now, if you have, you know, all these celebrity activities now, they get appreciated, rewarded. But the people doing the real work,
day-to-day grafting,
day-to-day work that is making Nigerian productive.
Yes.
In 2007, if my memory serves me right, Nigeria had, you know, this committee that worked on Vision 2020. We want Nigeria to be one of the first 20 economy by year 2020, and we're looking at 800 billion in GDP. And you know why? Because it's unlikely we're going to make that target.
Yes.
Next year is 2020.
Yes, round the corner.
It's simply because at that meeting, they forgot the most important stakeholder, Nigerian worker.
The workers.
If you don't have the people that would really get that job done, the people that would really make Nigerian productive, implement that strategy you have, you failed from the very beginning. So what we've decided to do as a company, you know, which thankfully this year we finally got it going, is to really get these stakeholders part of, you know, everything that comes to, you know, productive decision. So a lot of people have asked me, how did you come about, you know, the nominees? How did they emerge? This year we have about 1,300 organizations nationwide that participated. They all nominated their employees. I mean, one of the finalists, for instance, someone I like to proudly identify with, Mrs. Aino. She's one of the finalists. She works with General Hospital, Lagos. You know, General Hospital happens to be one of the hospitals I go growing up. She's part of the finalists. I have Ralia here, the winner, based in Abuja, covering how many states, Ralia? 23 states. We also have nominees from Port Harcourt, Kaduna, 1,300 organizations from different sectors, from government, private, informal sector, that nominated their employees. So what did we do? We created a very simple metrics, getting information from their direct supervisor, information from their HR, information from their co-workers, to know why they merit it, what have they done differently. So this is how we've narrowed it down to the 20 finalists. Now the 20 finalists are now put on social media to the general public to vote for. Now the voting went on for about a month. You know, we canvassed for votes, people saw their profile, saw their video, and they voted for them. And that's the reason why we have here in the studio our beautiful Ralia that emerged as Nigerian Employee of the Year.
Well, let's talk to Valiant Abby. I was going to do a big reveal, but I think you've done it for me. I was going to say, she was the overall winner of the NEYA Awards. She's the Retail Operations Manager, House of Tara International. So you won the big prize. How did you emerge as the overall winner of the Nigerian Employee of the Year Award?
Okay, so first I won the best employee in House of Tara International.
Okay.
So I was put on a selection process which TAM created.
Yes. How do you think you won best employee? You know, what was it about you?
So I've worked at House of Tara for 9 years.
Right.
I came as an intern and I grew
You came as an intern, okay.
Yeah, so I grew to become the regional retail artist for 4 branches in the north, Kano,
Right.
Kaduna, and Abuja.
Wow.
Abuja has about 3 branches. And at the time, I think the organization noticed that the northern region, they were doing very well in terms of people, revenue, and operations.
Right.
So they kind of promoted me, gave me a larger, more branches, about 23 branches now that I run. So my Port Harcourt, Uyo, Asaba,
Yep.
and all around the nation. So and what I do is to manage the people in terms of how the retail artists, because we're a makeup brand, so we do
Yes.
makeup. You have to manage the people, their productivity, and all of that. Come up with commercials that drive revenue,
Yes.
and also have set targets. So because the organization already had set targets, it was easy for us to meet those targets, get people to be aware of what they wanted to do, and deliver on their targets. So based on that. And the organization does something really special that I think is really special. And if TAM wants more productive employees in the country,
Yes.
they will have to encourage organizations to do that.
To do that.
So we have trainings that go on and on all through the year.
Consistent training.
Yes, and when you get these trainings, it helps you to be productive. So we set a platform for you, we give you something to deliver on, and we train you to be able to deliver on it. So
Okay.
over the years, I have been able to come up and do much more for the organization. So I think that was why I was picked as the best employee within the
So
organization.
it's not just about setting targets. You have to actually enable people to be able to deliver on those targets.
Yes, you have to enable people.
Yes,
So I
yes.
said yesterday at TVC that House of Tara has an enabling environment that makes it possible for you to deliver.
Yes, yes. All right. So then you won Employee of the Year at House of Tara.
Yes.
And then you went to the TAMS platform.
Yeah, so I went to the TAMS platform. Actually, the House of Tara nominated me.
Okay,
So
yes.
I was among the 20 people that came up from the TAMS platform, and we were put on to get people to vote for us, get Nigerians to vote, your colleagues, your customers in my case, and other Nigerians to vote, and people went into voting. And that was how I had the highest votes.
Amazing stuff. I do agree. I think when people appreciate it, it does have an effect on how you perform. And again, training is important. How would you describe the impact of an award like a NEYA on employee morale and performance?
Well, okay, so before now, an employee just has to work for his or herself. Like, okay, I'm doing this for me, not just because the company is going to get better, but for myself, I'm going to grow. But when you know there's an award,
Yes.
you are recognized, something in you will
Yes.
come up. You know, yes.
A couple gears.
Yes, a couple gears. Like I heard him say something downstairs, saying next year they are going to do this. You know, it was so exciting to tell people that
Yes.
because they want to deliver.
Yes.
So reward does a lot. You don't just punish, but you also reward.
Reward,
You
yeah.
must be balanced.
Yeah. I do think in Nigeria there's definitely more punishing than rewarding.
Yes, I think so. I think so. In a way, there's more punishing. So it happens. It's just a human thing. When I come in here, I'll see all the things that are wrong.
Yes.
I'll hardly see the things that are good.
right.
So they are bringing that part. Okay, let's see the things that are good about employees. They are not all bad.
All right, let me go back to Folabi. So just tell us again, what's the TAM Summit? How did you conceive the idea? And on a personal note, what is in it for you?
Oh, okay. I'll start from how the idea was conceived.
Right.
You know, your last question was, are employees getting enough reward? Or
Yeah, I
are
think in Nigeria as a whole, do you think we're
You know.
more of the stick than a carrot?
I think we are more of the stick. You know, consciously and unconsciously. Okay. A good example of you know, the biggest of all stick is after working for a long time and you become a pensioner. Okay, and you're now denied of the long service you've put in developing
Yes.
a country, and you have someone somewhere that would give excuses like your pension funds got swallowed by a snake, or what's that news again? You'd have pensioners dying on the queue. You have so many of them, this type of instances. And you also have instances that you have factory workers abused, not paid as when they should. It's surprising that up till now the conversation of see how long the conversation on minimum wage took. You understand? So the question is, the minimum wage we have now, how realistic is it compared to the reality of the market? So coming back to how TAMS started, you remember I said TAMS is actually about the people, right? We're saying we want everybody, employers and employees alike, to play by the rules. So when we started, it was a time management focused HR application, play by the rules, play by the rules. But the interpretation of play by the rules, and for some reasons beyond our control, was actually seen on the employer side. I'll cite an example, a personal experience. We worked for a construction company, right. And TAMS has always been the basis of paying salaries. And it became an issue of strike. Employees were not paid, which wasn't what TAMS was about. We were weeks out of that premises, because we were going to be lynched, right? And that, gave us a reason to look back and say to ourselves, people that we are referring to is actually the employees doing the hard work, and they should be appreciated. It shouldn't just be about the employers, the entrepreneurs. The celebration revolves around, okay, these are, if you refer to stakeholders, the stakeholders without employees is incomplete.
Everyone's a piece of the puzzle.
They should be appreciated. They should be celebrated. It shouldn't be about a celebrity. If you're talking about making celebrity, in our country, it actually should be the people doing the hard work. So that got us thinking that we have to start something that revolves around the people. And we started, like I mentioned, with the TAMS Award, with employees on our platform. Then we did that for a couple of years, which was the reason why we're here last year. This year we said, no way. We're talking about a better Nigeria. We want to move Nigeria forward. And I'm someone so passionate about Nigeria, and which informed the reason why I said, it doesn't matter if you are a TAMS customer or not. This is a Nigeria thing. I want us to have a reason to come back to this station in a year, 2 years, 3 years, and we can now see, relate the improvement in Nigerian economy to some of the activities of the motivation that NEYA is about to represent.
So, if any company wants to be involved now, or any organization wants to tap into this award or the TAMS Summit, how do they get involved? Beautiful.
The NEYA Award for 2020, activity for it will start in August.
Okay.
We are reaching out to all the 36 states, the 777 local governments, all organizations. We're looking at getting as much as 3,000 to 5,000 organizations that will be part of it. The portal will be created. We will just encourage you, at least information about it is available on tams.com.ng or tamsummit.com.ng. You can find that information, for now. But activity for 2020 starts from August. Okay. You'll be part of it. You would nominate your employees. We took it beyond the traditional HR, approach. Yes. You've done all the appraisals and all of that. Now let's make fun out of it. Yes. You need to see the experience of the nominees when we were canvassing for vote. We were from malls to malls. Yes. We made T-shirts. We danced shaku shaku. Just for people to. And yes. The interesting part of it, who are voting for you? Your customers, yes. Your colleagues at work, your friends and family. So if Rally Art wasn't good to our friends, good to our customer, good to our colleagues at work, she couldn't have emerged. So the first phase is you've emerged from your organization. You also should have that PR with the Nigerian public.
Amazing, amazing stuff. I like the idea of turning ordinary workers into a little bit of a celebrity over time, and I think it's a great story. Riley, your story is amazing as well. You know, coming from starting off as an intern, becoming the best employee in your organization, and then winning the NEYA Awards. Congratulations on that as well. Thank you so much for coming in to Afolabi Abiodun Convener, TAM Summit, and NEYA Awards, and to Riley Abe, overall winner of NEYA Awards, Retail Operations Manager at House of Tower International. Have a great day.
Thank you.